Hey everybody, welcome again to another episode of Just for Fun Games. I'm your host, Azzy. That's my boy Roy, and we're going to be talking about Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings. We're going to do our best. This is going to be a non-spoiler review. Towards the end, we might get into a bit of spoilers because
We'll
we
let you know. We'll
always
let
want
you
to talk
know.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to hit those
Um,
spoiler marks, so don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We'll,
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
let you know
yeah,
when the
yeah.
spoilers are coming.
I want to say that it's not being said, but this movie should be just as culturally important as Black Panther was. Uh, just like Black Panther has a massively majority Asian cast and Asian development team. Uh, that's not a normal thing. So please, if you have the opportunity, go and see it in the theater safely. Otherwise, I mean,
You just gotta
I could
wait.
sum up this entire
You
review.
gotta wait for a
I could
while.
sum up this review by saying it's worth waiting 45 days if that's the case as well. But I gotta say that this was probably the best introductory Marvel movie ever. Like I wouldn't sit there and say that it's better than Iron Man just for the sake of like notoriety. Iron Man was the first; it's got that, but it is definitely better than Iron Man.
Oh boy.
Uh, like we got like this freaking cast though. We got Simu Liu who has all the charisma to carry several more movies. Like this man was just uh charismatic to a fault, and you couldn't help but freaking love him. Uh, Tony Zhao is going to be one of those Marvel villain. He's going to be one of those Marvel villains that everyone sits there and goes like, "That's what we wanted." Uh, but before like Aquafina was funny, but I just really wanted to put this out there. Uh, the actress who played Xiao Ling, uh, Shang-Chi's sister, Ming'er Zhang. This is her first movie.
Okay.
This is her very first movie, and she knocked it out of the fucking park. She was definitely jaded. I mean, that was kind of her first little character arc. Uh, did it give us answers to everything that it was introducing? No, no. This is we have accepted that this is not a series of movies like the Fast and the Furious series. Not that that's the best comparison. This is a very long form TV show. They're going to keep some stuff for the next episode. So I like do we get all the answers? No. But is it enough to carry the plot that we can follow it along and there aren't any particular plot holes or anything? Yeah. I really do believe that this is one of the best solo movies. I would say it immediately cracked top 5 of the entire MCU for me.
Top five. Woo! Hold up now.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh
Okay. Okay. I'll let you. I'll
the
let you have it. I'll let you have it. I'm not gonna be biased about it.
Well, no, I mean, like I thought the comedy was on point. I don't think there was any moment where the comedy undercut an emotional moment in the story, and there were plenty of really great emotional moments in the story. The like the hallmark of a villain in the MCU is a villain that we can actually care about, and whereas
Yeah.
you would assume, like based on the introduction that we get with him, you would assume this guy is like your two dimensional like gangster villain. There's an emotional core there. He has a motivation outside of just being like a crime boss, and you're there for it. Uh, Misguided as it is, and blinded by it as it can be, you fell for the guy. You gotta admit that.
Yeah. But
Uh,
yeah,
but
man. You
tell
want me
me
to
in
keep
that first
going?
fight you weren't getting Jackie Chan vibes.
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that because I took my girlfriend to see this movie,
Okay.
and at the end, she comes up to me and says, "I think you're gonna get mad at me." I was like, "Why? Why I want to get mad?" She was like, "Was the father Jackie Chan?" I was like,
No.
"Baby." I'm like, baby, no, it was not. I was gonna pull out that line from Rush Hour. It's like, all y'all look alike. But
Oh man. If you saw the trailers, you know that we have some cameo appearances from Abomination and from Wong, and it was short and sweet to the point. But I think one of the things I was scared of and what made me stop watching trailers was because I thought that they were revealing too much in the trailers. But it turns out there was so much that they had kept out. I was really glad.
mhm.
Like,
Well,
did you even see who the actual final villain, like the way it was going to end, as far as
yeah,
the status of the antagonist, that came out of nowhere.
yeah, I wasn't like that whole ending. I wasn't expecting that. I thought this was just gonna be him taking on his father, and then apparently,
That's because that's what you would assume. That's what
yeah,
you would assume.
yeah.
But it's not necessarily.
Spoilery talk, but yeah. Uh,
Not.
just to touch
Sorry,
base on what I thought of the film, I might have to owe you an apology. Your excitement for this movie was merit.
you were not excited for this.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. I was like, okay, this. Like, I'm gonna tell you, like taking my girlfriend to the movie to see this, I'm just like, well, because we already saw two bad movies, and I'm like, third time's the charm. It's a Marvel movie. It's got to be good. It's got to be good. Got to break this bad movie trend. Um, so yeah, saw it. I was really impressed by it. I loved it. Now, is it going to be in my top 5 movies of the MCU? No, but I would rank it above Black Panther, because Black Panther I wasn't feeling that, but this one I had felt more connection with. I was like, okay, the father son relationship, kind of clashing between each other. Like near the end, I had my girlfriend was like, "I hear you over there sniffing." I was like, "Shut up." You know what part? I like, damn, damn, she caught me. Uh, but
It's
yeah,
got like, if you could check out trailer or clips of Simu going through a lot of the stunt work for himself, and the action was just top notch.
yeah,
Uh,
like martial art, the
I
martial
get a
arts
lot of
was phenomenal.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Now,
That's what, like,
the whole time I'm watching these fight scenes, and I'm like looking at the camera, like Warner Brothers. This is how you do a Mortal Kombat martial arts fight scene, right?
dude, no, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, again, I'm not gonna try to spoil anything, and I'm sorry if I allude to anything. But if you saw the trailers, you know that there's a fight on a bus. Uh, why was I leaning over to my brother-in-law? To like, where was this man for Mortal Kombat? And then he does like a flying kick, like Luke. Okay,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that.
so it's like, up there it is. Think about like the best Marvel movies that we could think of that weren't like climaxes, like or Endgame or Infinity War. And the boxes that we want checked, we want a villain that we can care about. We want great action, and we want uh, a compelling story that with what are effectively emotional moments. It's like, I feel like this movie really checks all the boxes. I like it. There is a point in the movie where where a lot of people say it falls back into a Marvel sameness. That
Eh,
never bothered me.
yeah, but I say I'm used to it now. It's like, okay, it's whatever.
It's like, why is it all these westerns gotta be in like a desert?
Mm. But
That's the genre you came. That's what you came for.
yeah, I mean, my only gripe with the movie is some of that CG, like when they do the wide shots with the like main character or the character, like it didn't look right. Like I could tell it was very CG, even though it was very CG heavy, of course, with the monster. Oh, it's spoilery. Um, Dragon was kind of spoiled in the trailer too. Uh, uh, But yeah,
Oh
CG.
no, I was there for the CG. I was there for the CG too. I was there for it, man.
I was just
I
like,
was on the
okay, like, not, like it wasn't even like the creature effects that would bother me. It was the scenery. Some of the scenery shots with the character placed in that shot didn't seem right. Like I can clearly tell
oh,
something like
okay. All right. Well,
I guess they didn't touch up on the outline of the character, and it was kind of giving off that like, okay, this clearly green screen.
uh the other thing that I saw people complaining about was a particular character that was heavily promoted uh was done away with unceremoniously. I thought that was the joke.
Death dealer,
I thought that
death
was
dealer.
yeah, yeah. Sort of in the same vein of Taskmaster. A lot of people had issues with Taskmaster and his implementation. Just like that, he was effectively heavily promoted in the trailers, but he doesn't have that big of a role. And when he leaves, it's very quick. It's like
Well, I felt like
you look to the left and he's gone.
yeah.
And but I thought that was the point, because that was the oh shit, he just knocked out Superman moment. Like the little second hand that the Justice League would do in the animated cartoons.
Yeah, well, I figured they'd
Where
want to get
in
rid of
order
him
to
anyway.
establish the threat, they knock out the big guy.
Yeah,
But I
which
thought it was funny when I saw it, but nonetheless.
I mean, at the time, I was like, damn, that kind of sucks. I felt like that was just a throwaway character, you know. But I'm like, well, technically, the main villain per se was the
It
father
wasn't
and
necessary.
father, and then
Yeah,
another
no,
threat.
we got more from other characters.
You know who I
It's
couldn't
like
deal with.
not to mention
I couldn't deal with
hold on, not to mention,
Razor
uh, just a heads up for anyone who plays like Taser Face.
That's what I
It's
felt
like,
like it
don't they're
was.
gonna be like, we need just like three more. We just need three more characters of that and we'll like a form Voltron. Yeah, like Taser Face, Razor Fist. Need like a machine gun leg. You know, we're gonna get a Voltron at some point. Uh, but
But
uh,
what pissed me off, getting a little bit of spoilery talk, is when they go to the
all
village.
right. Hold on. Before you get to that point, let's go ahead and give our scores. I would give this movie a 9. I
Mm,
think it's solid. I think it's the best MCU movie that we've gotten in the past year and a half. Not
really,
saying much,
really,
uh,
really.
but
You're not lying. You're not lying.
but no,
But yeah,
for me it's top 5. It's a great adventure. It's got all this match to draw you into the possibilities. It opens up new things that might come down the pipeline without like throwing them up like a fucking poster on the screen. And Simu is currently my MCU heartthrob. Like, man, it's awesome.
yeah. I give it
How
a
about you?
9. I give it a 9. I'm about to say, I like I said. I remember you calling me up when the Abomination trailer showed up. You're like, "Oh my god, they got fucking Abomination in there!" And like you were freaking about. I was like, "Yo, you're building this hype up for this movie way too much. This movie might not be that great." Your hype was, like I said, merit. It was well deserved. I give you
Yeah,
props. Um, yeah, they could have done a little bit things different here and there, but it is what it is. I can't wait for if
yeah.
they do a sequel for Shang-Chi, or when he ever appears into another MCU movie. I can't wait to see it. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that's pretty
Okay.
much it. I mean, solid movie. Uh, rush out to see it.
I can't wait
Uh,
to see it again. I don't want to go back to the theater
my
because
thing,
I'm
I think,
lazy, but I can't wait to see
yeah,
it
but I
again.
say, I feel like it was a little bit too long at certain points. I felt like you could have cut certain scenes out, but it did its job. You Disney, you son of a bitch. You made me tear up at the end. I don't like you. Last time I did that for an
Yeah.
MCU movie was Endgame. So fuckers, you got me.
Good reason. But all right. So from this point on, we're going to go into a bit of spoilers before we wrap this video up. So if you haven't seen the movie, please go and see it in theaters. Let's not let this be an experiment. This is coming from the guy who is perfectly happy spending $30 to stay home. Please go see it in theaters. Disney needs to get their shit together. Like if they're going to go with the uh, pay-per-view model for like Disney Plus, then they need to pay their freaking actors to compensate.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all right. So that was your spoiler warning. Last chance. Okay. So sorry I interrupted you before. Go ahead. What were you mentioning about the village?
So when they go to the village, and Aquafina's character is pretty much training to be an archer with that old man, and finally, he's telling her like, "Don't die," and he gets grabbed up by the soul sucker and gets killed. Now I'm sitting there like the whole time, it's like, why did she just save him? I looked over to my girlfriend. I was like, damn, I really killed my boy. I had no connection with this character, but then I was feeling him. I was enjoying his character.
I actually thought that they did a great job of making a character that was not a love interest and reinforced a ride or die friendship.
Yeah, because
So
that's what I felt
and
like
then
it was going to happen the whole way
kept
through
her
anyway.
useful by the end. She did not fade to the background. Well, no, it's like they kept her relevant without having her fade into the background.
Mm-hmm.
She had a very minor story arc going for her, and it didn't necessarily have a resolution. But why she didn't save that guy, I would sit there and say it's like, well, she
Can't really kill him, but
was terrified. She really didn't fire off that many shots to begin with. She fired when, yeah. What got me was that like I was actually expecting I was expecting everyone to come back after the Dweller in Darkness was defeated. As I was
no.
watching, I was waiting for all the souls to go back out to everybody. And it's like, no consequences, son of a bitch.
This ain't Mortal Kombat where the end, all the souls lift up and it's all
Yeah.
no. Like, and you see the
But
father.
no,
Yeah, the father part, man, that got me.
and
Like, that got me. And he's like, he gave him the 10 rings. I was like, this shit got me. I wasn't trying to cry. I really like this character. I hope he didn't die. And my girlfriend's like, she's like this. Are you crying? I'm like, no, shut up.
no, man, like the notion that like for one, the whole intro where he was fighting against his soon to be wife, it pulled that very Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon
I
energy
felt that
to
was
it.
a little bit corny.
Um,
I felt like the whole
nah,
I'm looking at you, she's looking at
I was
me.
there for it. I was there for it.
I was sitting there busting out laughing.
Oh no, I was there for it. I was there for it. Not to
But
mention, and like the fight was really interesting. It definitely had that like that Chinese cinema feel to it.
oh, and it was funny because when we went to go see it, right, and the credits start to roll, I looked over at my girlfriend. I was like, "All right, listen, there are two rules about before you leave an MCU movie. It's gonna be a post credit and an after credit." She's like, "What's that mean?" I'm like, "You'll see." So the first one,
You'll see.
the first one, I looked over. And I was like, "Oh, Jonathan's gonna be like, you gotta go see this movie. You got somebody in here you might like." And I was like, who they got? Okay. I was like, okay, I know that voice. Bruce Banner is like, and then I was like, wait a minute, that's Captain Marvel. Holy shit. You got my girl Brie up in here. Okay. Yeah. Even though
Whoa, but hold
her
up.
hair looks
It didn't. Well, hold up. I like her better with the longer hair, but
I mean, I do too, but
but
it
hold
looked
up.
like she just got out of a shower or something. Like she woke up and was like, I gotta go.
It didn't dawn on me when I first saw it, but Bruce is no longer Professor Hulk.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I said.
he kind of played that up like like that was going to be his permanent reality. Like they finally came together, but it's like what's going on there? And what it was that they were trying to figure out what's up with the 10
10 rings.
rings.
Like it's sending out some
And
signal or something like that.
well, the prevalent theory is that it's going to connect to the Eternals, since the Eternals are over 7,000 years old, and the rings are are way older than 7,000 years, and like, not to mention like Wong could identify them, and they're
Bruce.
believed to be alien, but Carol didn't know what the hell they were either.
I mean, I
Not to
wouldn't think
mention,
she
like,
would know what it
if you look at
was.
the energy, at least when
To me, she's not like
well,
the
she was
super
they were trying to see if
scientist.
she could identify. Well, she was trying. They were trying to see if she could identify what type of technology it was based on the civilization she's seen. Like, she specifically said
Yeah.
that it's not Kree. Uh, but um, no, it was, I wasn't expecting Shang-Chi to possibly connect to the Eternals,
We'll see. We got
which is
until November.
coming out later in 2 months. I'm there for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, but
Yep.
I say, like, I pulled up the
Anyway,
I pulled
so
up the
we're gonna go
trailer
ahead
the
and
other
wrap it up
day.
there. If you've seen the movie, what do you think about it? Go ahead and drop a comment down below. Hit the like, subscribe.
No, you good. I just realized
Go
I got
ahead,
the
hit the like,
mega audio
subscribe,
delay.
hit the son of a bitch.
Do the outro again. Do it again.
Do the doobly doo. Do the doobly doo. And we'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Deuces.
I like your spike face.
They're my cousin.